Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and today's video we will see how to use WebFilter policy function on Sophos XG firewall. To use this web filtering policy we need active subscription on firewall. So suppose if you don't have active subscription on firewall, this feature will not work. You will not be able to use this function. So let's get started and see how to block a specific website using a URL, a specific URL, or based on its category. So for this demo purpose, I'm using Sophos XG105. So the first step to apply web filter policy is to create a web filter policy. For that, we will navigate to web. So you can see it's already have some default policies, right? So either you can choose any of the existing policy or you can create your own. So for this demo purpose we will create our own policy. So click on add policy. So you can choose option for the safe search, and it will also apply on image filter also. So if you are searching any image and the category of image uh, is not it's not for general use, like for suppose it is for 18 plus, so it will block that safe search, right? So you can enforce YouTube restriction also. You can select between moderate and strict, right? So if you want to restrict user to download certain files, like if you don't want user to download more than 10 MB file, so you can set that limit from here, right? And you can restrict domains as well, right? From here, domains for Google Apps. So for this demo purpose we will enable the file size limit, and we will enable safe search and YouTube restriction as well. Now you have to add a rule. So by default we have default rule which is allowed, and now click on all web traffic, and here you can add item and check the default one, and now you can select the categories, which category you want to block. For example, you want to block gamings, and suppose risky downloads, online shoppings, and let's search social media. Okay, so you can change the view. So I'm selecting show all, right? So you can change the view, social networking. So I'm selecting social networking as well. As you can see, we have applied, we have selected 4 items, right? So click on apply, right? So you can see gaming and gambling is, we have selected online shopping, risky download, and social networking, right? So you can keep adding such categories, like for example nudity and adult content. Now select action, block HTTP, and next action is block HTTPS, right? You can schedule this restriction, but for this demo purpose we'll say all the time, right? And status on. Now scroll down and click on save button. So we have, you can escape this step. So right now we have created a successful web filter policy, right? Now the next step is to create a host. The host is basically information of IP address of device on which you want to apply this policy, right? So for this demo purpose I'm using my desktop PC. The host, IP host is already created for my desktop, right, which is highlighted here. As you can see, the next step is to install a certificate to allow HTTPS scanning, so that HTTPS sites can also be blocked with the help of SSL inspection. So for that we will navigate to certificate, then click on certificate authority, and as you can see, this is the certificate which we have to download. So you can click here, download option is available, and it will get downloaded here, right? So this you have to install this certificate on each browser. So if you are into Active Directory environment, you can push this certificate through GPO, but GPO will allow you to install this certificate on Edge and Internet Explorer. For Chrome and Firefox, you still have to manually install this certificate. So for this demo purpose, I'm using Chrome. So let's install this certificate. So I'm quickly go to settings. Now type here certification. Click on manage certificate. Sorry. Now you have to click on trusted root certificate. Now click on advanced. Sorry. Now click on import. Next. Choose the file which you just download. Click on OK and finish. As you can see, import was successfully done. Now switch back to Firewall. So we did 3 steps. In first step, we created a web filter policy. Second step, we created a IP host. The third step, we download the certificate and install it on our Chrome browser. Now the fourth step, to create a firewall rule. So for that, we'll navigate to Firewall tab, and now click here, add a firewall rule. And now user/network rule. Give appropriate name. Right. Role position should be on top. It's none. So I'm not arranging my rules with the group, so I'm keeping it none. Or you can create a new group based on your choice. So for source from LAN, source network or device, here I will select Ashish PC. You can select all those devices on which you want to apply this policy. For this demo purpose, we are using only this machine, one single desktop. Otherwise, you can apply this policy on entire network or range of IP addresses. Like if you want to apply this policy for 50 computers, so you can specify the range, IP range, and use that range as a source network or device. Schedule will be all the times. Destination should be WAN, any destination network, service any. If you are using 8th layer of Sophos, then you have to click on identity. Otherwise, you can directly move to next option where you can select HTTP scan, and you have to select HTTP scan as well. Right. Now you can see we have option here, WebFilter policy. So from drop down, you have to select the policy which we created in step 1. Okay, test WebFilter policy. Okay, so at this point of time we can apply traffic shaping policy also, but for now we are leaving it. And you can specify the other setting like NAT and which so right now I have two internet connection. So if you want, you can specify any one, or you can uh, you can choose a load balancing function here. Once you click on save, your rule will be created, and you can see this is your rule. Now we have to check whether the rule which we created is working or not. For that, I'll open a fresh browser tab, and I'm trying to open social media network like facebook.com. And as you can see, the Facebook is blocked because in web filter policy we block social media category. So any website which come under the social media category will be automatically get blocked. Right, suppose look, twitter.com is also blocked. So we have successfully tested social networking category. Now let's try to open amazon.com because we blocked online shopping as well. And we block gaming site also. So I don't know exact site of gaming or gambling, so I'll search. Right, look, all the categories which we want, uh, we can block that. And more thing I would like to add here. So suppose this is the category based blocking. So if you want to block a specific URL or website, because you sometimes you cannot block complete complete category, right? So you can block a specific website using its URL or its web address. So for that, go to web, go to URL group. Look here, I already add a group of URLs, so I'll create a new one called test group, and I will add uh, suppose we have a news channel. Let's block try to block a news channel. So right, so here we have a news channel website which is working perfectly fine. So I'll copy the URL of this website and I quickly add this URL into my newly added group and click on plus button. Okay, so I have to remove HTTP and click on save. Right, so I created a test group also for CNN.com. Now go back to the policies, click on our web filter policy. Now in activity tab, you can drop down the menu and click on add item. From show only, you can select URL group, and here you can see we have two groups of URL. So I'll select the test group which we created in last step and click on apply selection, right, and save. Right, so we are done. Now if I go back to CNN website and I click enter, it is get blocked. So just for disclaimer, I have no problem with CNN, right? So this is for the demo purpose. This function usually helpful when you don't want to block all the website into that category. Like if you want to block a specific news website, but you won't want to block all the news websites, so you can create a URL specific URL group, and you can add that group into our web filter policy, right? So even in future, if you want to add more website, you can just add that domain into this group. Like we have Hindi news channel with Hindi news website here. We called it bhaskar.com. Right now it's working fine, but I can add that domain, right, and click on save button, and you right, and if I refresh, it will get blocked. So this is how we can apply a web filter policy on Sophos firewall. I hope this video will help you to understand how it's work, and this is the step-by-step tutorial video. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope this video will helpful for you. Thank you so much.